Hi everyone, it's Heidi Reams with Floyd County Conservation, and once again we are somewhere in Floyd County. Today I am at the south end of the Tosanak recreation area because it's that time of year. It's spring wildflower season, and everyone knows that this area is best known for its bluebells. So I thought we'd go for a little hike and see what these warm days of spring have done for the wildflowers. So as we're entering the woods, you can see that there's a lot of color popping up. And most notably are going to be the blue of the bluebells and then the white of the anemones. And anemones close up are going to look like this. So they are a small 5-petaled flower, but when they are in mass, they are just spectacular. And these nice warm days that we've had have really done wonders. You can see the bluebells just starting to tease us as we walk into the woods here. And if I look to my north here, you can start to see the masses of just the bluebells and the anemone. It's hard to believe that tomorrow is going to be the first day of May, but boy, these temperatures have really been great for the wildflowers. Today is a beautiful day for a hike. I hope everyone has an opportunity to get outside. There is no wind. And so as you're hiking in the woods, the only sound that I've heard on my way down here is my footsteps in the leaves or on the rocks. So that's always neat. Heard the birds singing, and look at those bluebells. Just a solid carpet of them. So we are down here by the oxbow, and an oxbow is an area where when the river is high, the water will come into, and then it's sometimes trapped as the water level goes down. So it's just kind of a temporary pond that is connected to the river. So as we get up here, you'll see some of the water in the background. And you'll also notice that it's a lot lower than it has been, as you can probably tell from all of our rivers lately. Now there were some interesting, if we venture off trail here, I noticed that in amongst these bluebells are some bluebells of a different color. So if you notice the pink bluebells compared to the blue bluebells. And what causes that is just the pH of the soil. So that patch of bluebells must be in a slightly more acidic soil, and so that's why their flowers are a little bit more pink compared to the blue. The darkness of the bluebell can also vary with the age of it. There are some other wildflowers that are still blooming. There are spring beauties, which are these little pink flowers. If you look closely, you'll see that they have hot pink stripes to them. So there's spring beauty. Bloodroot, which we have up in the more northern part of the park, is also finishing up, as is Dutchman's breeches. But on the way down here, I did see some phlox. So as one group of wildflowers finishes, the next group will come on. And in the woods, the race in terms of the wildflowers is to produce their flowers, produce their seed, or expand their roots, collect all the nutrients before the sun is shaded out by the leaves that are starting to grow. So that's kind of the race that we have happening. Another wildflower, there's a patch of it over here, is wild ginger. And that's these heart-shaped leaves here. And their flowers are pollinated by crawling insects. So you'll see here is the bud of the wild ginger, just small right there. So their flowers are basically flat on the ground for the crawling insects compared to the flowers that are pointed up for the flying insects to pollinate. Here is the phlox I was talking about right there. Small little patch of phlox. There's also violets in bloom. Jack in the pulpits have also been blooming. And you can see here as we go further in, the sea of blue. Beginning of May is always when the bluebells are putting on their best show. And this year we've had the perfect conditions to see them. There's birds singing around and some woodpeckers, but otherwise it is really quiet, which is nice and relaxing in terms of a hike. Clear your mind and be ready to tackle any new tasks afterwards. So we'll take a little walk out here to the oxbow. You can see where the water typically is and how far back it goes, and that it is down a lot. We've added some wood duck structures here and have had really good success rate on our wood duck structures. So it's nice to have them utilizing. The weather conditions are supposed to be continued beautiful this weekend. So if you have a chance to get out to look for wildflowers, you could certainly come down here to the Tosanak recreation area. Right now I'm at the south end, but there's also tons of wildflowers along the river trail. Other areas in Floyd County you could go to see the wildflowers would be Mather's Woods, which is just a couple miles east of Norris Springs. Wetlands Woods, which is north of Charles City, or even River Bend area, which is just on the edge of Charles City, basically in city limits. All of those are going to have beautiful wildflower displays that you can get out and enjoy. And then soon as we get into the warmer months, then the prairie flowers will take over. And so then you'll be able to come to the Fossil and Prairie Park, Peterson Prairie, or any of those areas. Paige, I am at the Tosanak Recreation Area, which is just a couple miles north of Marble Rock. Kind of go up this way, see what other wildflowers we can see along our way. Like I said, it is just a gorgeous evening to be outside. So if you have a chance, please get out and enjoy nature. Even if it's just out in your yard, go for a walk around town. There's another beautiful blue patch up here. And with all this warm weather, it gets us thinking about planting, whether if it's your garden or your flowers. Floyd County Conservation was lucky enough to receive a grant for seedlings, and those will be available free to individuals that are interested. So starting next week on Monday, May 3rd, from 8 to 4, Monday through Thursdays, we will have those available at the Fossil and Prairie Center. We have jack pine seedlings, white oak, river birch, and hickory, as well as buttonbush, serviceberry, and aronia bush seedlings that we will be giving away for anyone that would like to come out and pick some up. So as you can see, the bluebells are in peak. So if you get a chance, come out and see them. Oh, and there's even I will end it with that. Thank you for joining me for our wildflower hike at the Tosanak Recreation Area. I look forward to hiking with you guys again from other places, other areas that are managed by Floyd County Conservation. And who knows where I'll show up as I venture somewhere in Floyd County. Have a great evening and get outside. Bye.